Last time on Wingle's workshop, we began turning this old rusty file into a hidden tang knife. So far, we've profiled the knife, ground the bevels, heat treated the knife, and glued up the knife handle. So this is where we left off the last episode. On today's episode, we'll be completing the knife and making the knife sheath. I will start off by working on the guard and getting the guard fitted up. The guard will be made from copper, partly because I thought that copper would look pretty cool with this knife, but also just because it's a metal that I have on hand. Once I get the area that I want removed center punched, then I'll head over to the drill press and start removing that material. Once I'm done drilling the holes, I'll use a series of needle files to finish mortising out the guard. It takes quite a bit of time to do this, but it's good to use a little bit of patience because it's better to get it right than to screw it up. The fit between the top of the guard and the knife needs to be pretty much perfect, so take your time with it. As you can see here, I have a little bit of work left to do, but I'm almost there. Now that the guard is fit up, I will trace the tang out onto the handle, and then I will begin mortising that out on the drill press. Similar to the guard, once I get the holes drilled, I will grind away at the mortise using needle files and patience. Once I have everything fitted up how I like, I'll go ahead and mark out where I'm going to drill the pinhole. It was important that when I quenched this knife, I did not harden the tang, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to drill through it. Now I'm going to use West Systems G-Flex epoxy to glue the handle to the knife. Now that everything is glued up, it's time to do a ton of shaping. I definitely wish that I would have cut the handle and guard down a little bit before I glued them up. Once I finish shaping the handle on the belt sander, I will go ahead and hand sand it from 150 grit up through 325. For the finish on the handle, I'll be doing multiple coats of boiled linseed oil. For the sheath, I'll be making a taco style sheath out of Kydex. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do the clip, so I left it extra wide, which is a little bit of a waste of material. I'm going to put 3 pieces of tape on each side of the blade, and this is so that when you press the Kydex around the knife, there's a little extra room for the knife to slide in and out, and it also protects the blade. To heat the Kydex, I'll be using this flat griddle. I'll just place it shiny side down until it feels like the right consistency for it to mold. The Kydex press is just made from plywood and a hinge and some heat resistant foam. Once the Kydex is pressed, I'll mark out where I need to drill my rivet holes, and then I'll put in just the first rivet at the bottom. Now I'm going to remove the knife, drill the rest of the rivet holes, cut the sheath down, and put the last rivets in. With all the rivets in place, I'll go ahead and sand the sheath down to its final shape. Unfortunately, I didn't record this part very well, but for the clip, I took another piece of Kydex, wrapped it around the sheath, connected it using hardware, and then folded the clip over from that and riveted it to itself. Once I was done shaping it, I sanded it flush to the sheath. I really like the way the clip turned out. However, in the future, I'd like to do something similar, but with leather. With everything else done, it's time to sharpen the knife. So here's the final product. I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially considering it's the first time I made a hidden tang knife. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be notified when I upload new videos, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.